Find your niche.
Hello again, everyone. Christopher Dillard here with the Niche Finder as we head into episode number 19. I cannot even believe it. In the month of July. Don't forget to join us right there on our YouTube channel. That's ChristopherDillardMedia. And when you get there, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can keep up with all of our interviews and all of the great media that we bring you each and every day, each and every week, and each and every month. So don't forget to join us right there at Christopher Dillard Media on our YouTube page. And when you get there, make sure you subscribe. All right, episode number 19. I'm so delighted to bring to you this guru, this photographer, this videographer extraordinaire. He's absolutely amazing in his work. If you've ever seen his pictures, you already knew who that picture was produced by, who it was done by. It was probably done by Smitha Lee. He is at the top of his game. He's traveling all over the world. He's teaching others the arts and teaching others about photography and lighting and all of these great things that he is doing for so many different people. And also he's a philanthropist. He's doing a great work right here in our state and around the world. I cannot wait for you to see this interview and this terrific guy and just extraordinary at what he does right now as we interview Smitha Lee from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Watch this. Christopher Dillard here again with the Niche Finder. Everybody, thank you so much for being right there where you are. And I just want you to look to my left, probably your right, and you see who you have, who I have in front of me on today. When I tell you this is an honor, this is, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know what adjective to get to it, but I'm so delighted to be interviewing this young man here in the great city of Spartanburg on today. He is a profound guru. He is an entrepreneur, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about who he is. He, since the age of 18, he has been a dynamic filmmaker, photographer residing in South Carolina. His journey in arts commenced with acting and dancing in various productions across South Carolina. The early exposure to his performances or performing arts ignited his passion for storytelling, leading him to embrace the world of film and photography. An initial investment in a T2i camera, I don't know what that is, but maybe we'll find out, marked the beginning of his love affair with these mediums. Despite the high cost of lenses, which nudged him towards photography. Over the years, he has significantly contributed to film and media industry with a career spanning over 17 years now, I'm sure. He has penned several plays, including his sold-out performance, notably his original production, which was Chocolate Cinderella. Amazing. Showcased at the Chapman Cultural Center in 2019. I'm going to stop right there with your bio. Ladies and gentlemen, today I am talking to, he's known as Smitha Lee of Spartanburg, South Carolina. Man, I'm so delighted.
Yes, good to be here.
You let me get all that out. Yes. Now, let me tell you, this man is an absolute natural. He's an entrepreneur. He is an absolute guru. He really is a guru. And I'm going to tell you why he's a guru. Smitha Lee, when I looked up the word entrepreneur, it says that you guys are one that operate a business. You carry the weight of the business. And when you really look up the etymology of the word entrepreneur, it means to undertake.
Yeah.
You guys are the undertaker of something great and you make it successful. And listen to some of the synonyms of entrepreneur. They're big shots, they're big wigs, movers and shakers, go-getters, high flyers, or even hustlers. What do you think about that when you think about an entrepreneur?
I look at the most simplistic way I can put it in, because I kind of put up a quote today.
Yeah.
Is Big Mama in the kitchen.
Oh, man.
So Big Mama in the kitchen is oftentimes You know, she gets the food.
Yeah.
She cooks the food.
That's right.
Gets the food out. Everyone's coming with their plates. Sometimes, a lot of time, everyone is not helping in the kitchen with Big Mama.
Come on.
But at the end of the day, she takes gratitude in people, in serving people, and people liking her food.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, she probably wouldn't even be able to eat, but it's just that gratification to serve. So oftentimes I look at entrepreneurship in that manner.
Okay. That is a great way to put it. And I'm going to tell you why I call you an entrepreneur, Smitha Lee, because I've been watching you for a while, man, as I told you before we got on camera here today. You are one that not only is an expertise in what you do, but you also teach. You teach what you know. You give advice. You help people. You don't mind reaching back. I want to know, where did this come from to not only say, you know, this is me, this is mine, this is what I do, but you have already taken the mind of a philanthropist, I think the name of it is, and you don't mind giving it to others, reaching others, teaching others. Now, where did that part of you come from? Because everybody doesn't have that.
So, to be honest, and it stems off a conversation that we had earlier, like it started within the church.
Come on now.
So I'm the oldest of 8.
Okay.
Also, on the flip side of that, you know, I was a single child as well. So my dad is, a lot of kids are on my dad's side, but they're also underneath. My stepmom is there, but brothers and sisters, like I saw them almost all like weekends and during the summer. So we still tight. But a lot of times it was me and my mom. So my mom made sure that, you know, because I mean, when your father has that many kids, time is limited.
Sure. Very much so.
Especially when you're in different households.
Right.
So it was a lot of time with me and her together, but she also made sure that there were men that were in my life.
Oh yeah.
So there were so many home church, First Baptist Church of Fairfield. It's a lot of men there that were just pouring into me. Made sure that, you know, I was on the steady road, made sure, you know, mentorship, different things like that. Then we had women of the church that would kind of help like facilitate like creative ideas. So pouring into that side. So I had all these people pouring into me as a young kid. Then with them pouring into those older kids, the older kids poured into like the junior high kids. Junior high kids poured into the younger kids.
Oh, I love that.
And that kept happening year over year. Yeah. To where, you know, there's so many different people that are doing phenomenal things from that church to where we were used to pouring into the next generation.
Wow.
So I was just bred into that, like giving and not expecting to receive anything else, because no one else. And even when I received the offer to go to this program called Dartmouth College, C program. It's an Ivy League institution up north. And this gentleman named, he was one of the mayors of Spartanburg. His name is Bill Barnett. Flew myself, 6 other students there, all expenses paid for. Wow. As well as bought us our first computer. Again, generosity, starting young. So even at a young, so as I grew older, I knew that what was given to me, I had to give back. So I freely give, and I've also seen this, like my hand stays open, so I'm able to also receive and give.
Oh, come on.
So with the closed hand, you can't receive anything. So as long as my hand is open, I'm able to receive and give. So I live by that philosophy, and it's just carried me through my life.
Smitha Lee, we're talking about from a very young age, it seemed early on that you learned who you are. When do you think you first realized who you were and what you were called to do, even in this medium of media, of theater, of photography, where it puts you in front of people? You certainly have the gift of arts. So when did you really first discover, like, this is who I am?
So,
you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I look at it like, so the creativity portion, I love creating art, but I also love speaking on behalf of the art. So as a kid, like we did plays young. So I love the arts. We dance. Like men dancing. It was a thing. Like men dancing. Even when I got older, went to college and we went to the nightclubs and stuff, like I only went to dance. Oh man. Like, I didn't do anything else. Like I was literally there just to dance. So like that has the art of performing has always been there since a kid. Then the portion of this talking and creatively getting your thoughts together to express to others about your art. And explaining why this is important and why you should be doing this. Or, hey, this is some tips of what I lived through so I can get back to you. Like, that's all been inside of me since I was a young kid. And it all stemmed from just working with, you know, those women at the church, the guys there, and just community itself. Really, it boiled down to community. It's pouring into me different ideas. I love it. And I look at life like this. So a lot of people search for what's the purpose of life. I feel like the purpose of life, it reveals itself as you go.
Help us. Come on.
So as I was like, oh, okay, kind of like this singing portion. Oh, I kind of like when I have to do these Easter speeches and sitting there learning the speech and different things like that. I like when I have to creatively learn these lines and do this production. I like all those things. So I'm going to slowly kind of make the career out of that. Now, the dangerous part about that is when I got to college, now you start getting into, okay, how can this serve the greater community? How can you also make money from this? Different things like that. So at 18, I was like, okay, there's one way where I can kind of figure this out. That's what, you know, shooting headshot for people like on MySpace. If MySpace way back. MySpace. Matter of fact, all millennium, my age people. We all learned coding from MySpace. So we all started you have all these super technical individuals because we started coding on MySpace. That was your introduction to coding. So just that alone, that just spin into other things. But also with that, you had other people, and this is where the community is also important. I had other people talking to me like, hey, well, you know, you probably can't make money from that, or you can't live on that, or different things like that. You're not going to make any money on photography. You're not going to make, I had all these doubters as well, which it slowly shifted my head to, well, maybe I just need to find a way to do this on the side and find a job. So I went through that area at stage 2 because I had the wrong people speaking into my ear as well. Until, you know, getting out of that, getting self-confidence, like, no, I can do this. I can do this well. And even though I don't, because I didn't see other photographers, other videographers, other people around me that could mentor me around here. That was not the case. There wasn't an industry like that. So there wasn't people that I could reach out to and talk to. And also, especially that looked like me. Now, there were other individuals that I would be on set with, and they would give me information, but they looked at it as competition. So especially at that time. So, because there wasn't a lot of people into it, so why am I going to give you insider information? So, which, you know, looking back, you know, business size, I get it. Okay, you know, you got to protect your, you know, company. I get it. But I had to really search out in this learn process myself. And me continually doing it and growing this where I'm at now. You really, that's a great segue into the next place I want to go, because your photography is absolutely state of the art. Now I'm talking about, there are people that can pick up a camera, take a picture of someone, a family or whatever, do a headshot, and it's just a picture. But your photography has layers. And I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. When you see a Smitha Lee picture, you know it's Smitha Lee. I mean, we're not talking about just someone sitting in front of a camera and a camera guy has taken a picture. I can't even describe it. I want to know, where did you get that eye to produce pictures the way you do? Not only creatively, how you have people set up, the staging, the lighting, where did that come from to distinguish you from other photographers? Is it the eye? Is it the camera? Is it the lighting? Or is it just all your creativity? How do you do that? It stems from one thing is it's important to have art dates. It's really important.
Art dates.
Art dates,
okay.
Literally. Like when you just study art, go into a museum, get on YouTube, look at other creatives, look that are outside of photography itself.
That's amazing.
Outside of filmmaking itself. Like you're just studying art in general.
Okay.
I don't believe, and this is me, and it also stems from like one artist that I admire a lot, Kendrick. He also believes the same thing. I don't believe that anything is created new under the sun.
Okay.
It's just remastered in your eye view.
Okay.
So everything stems from somewhere else. Even when it comes down to coding itself. You break it down and it's math. Yeah. Math stems from, somebody probably could say that. That's not my word. But it all stems from for someone. It just builds on itself. I have to throw myself in different atmospheres, look up just different artistic backgrounds and just learn from that. And I just add that to my art. That's all I'm doing. That's why I don't have because a lot of people in the photography filmmaking side say, hey, this is my style. I get born of shooting one way. I can shoot bright and airy. I can shoot dark and cinematic. I can shoot. It just depends on what the client is feeling and what I'm feeling at the moment. And we create something together. So I'm able to then just kind of freeform and pull from all of these different layers while doing that.
Is it when someone comes to you and they say, Smitha Lee, I want to come to you for a session. I want pictures of whatever. I want headshots. Is it they tell you what they want? They give you their vision, and then your creativity kicks in, and you figure out how to do it from what they tell you, and then you collaborate together. Or if they say, I don't know I just know I need some headshots, and they come to you. So how do you distinguish between the two? And I know it's all your creativity in your eye. So how do you know what to do? Do you go by what their vision is, they tell you, or you stick to what you know, if that makes sense?
I am as creative as my client will allow me to be.
Oh, there it is.
So I have some clients that, hey, I need to look good on this white background. I need my eyes to be sharp, and I need people to see me.
Yeah.
Cool. I got that. I have some people like, hey, I want depth. I want something that's different. I want the lighting. It's totally different. So, because you have some people that shoot one way for headshots. Well, headshots have to be like this. And some people like headshots this way. So I'm able to kind of freeform between those because I'm listening to the client. So at the end of the day, it all stems from what the client wants and me servicing that client. Because some people, I feel, as artists, they get so caught up in the me is my art, but not understanding when someone hires you, it is our art, and I'm serving their vision. So I only can go as creative as my client will allow me to.
What a great way. That makes so much sense. I can only be creative as you want me to be in this space. You hired me to do this job, but I will only do what you want.
Correct.
That makes so much sense. So I got to just stay on this photography thing here for a minute, because man, I'm telling you, and I'm gonna ask you what do you love more? Is it the photography, the movie making, or whatever? But anyway, so a person gets an expensive camera, but they haven't perfected their gift of taking pictures yet. Is that a problem? Is that good? Can they grow into do they need to learn that camera, or do they need to learn their niche? So what's, if that makes sense?
It depends on what they want to do.
Okay.
And because I mentor so many different photographers and videographers, it really depends on what they want to do.
Yeah. I
have some people that are in this lane that is just a creative outlet, and they're just trying to express themselves and connect with people. Cool. We're not running as a business. So that means you can freeform, you can explore, do all these different types of photography, different things like that. When we start talking about business,
come on now,
it's a different thing. You do have to niche.
Yeah.
You have to have some type of niche.
Yeah.
And as a photographer, you have to be known for that one thing, grow that. And once you're known for that one thing, then you can explore something else and go from there. So when it comes to getting back to your original question, when it comes to what type of camera, if I get an expensive camera, does that make to individual? No. Reason being is because photography itself is 80% lighting. So if you can't see lighting,
come on,
like I can walk in the room and look at it like, ooh, I need this. That's on the cinematography way. That's on the photography way. I literally can see light. So if you're not trained enough, and that only comes from repetition.
Come on.
There's no way that's literally a lot of people love coming to me and thinking that, oh, you know, just a couple of sessions, I'm gonna be. I'm like, no, you got to learn how to see light. I'm gonna show you how to see it, but it's only gonna come in repetitions where you're in this room. I literally can walk in the room and say, oh, start here. I'm not getting here. I need to bring this in and know exactly what I need to do. Within 3 to 4 minutes.
That's amazing.
Some people can do it even quicker than that.
Wow.
So you have to be able to see light. That's very important in the filmmaking aspect and in the photography aspect, and also knowing what type of end product I want to do. So knowing that if I spin light this way, it's going to turn out this way. Because a lot of people think, oh, I can edit it to get There's so much information there. Come on now. And lighting itself can only be the file can only be manipulated so much. So it starts off with the basis of lighting first. Then your posing and communication comes second. Wow.
So it won't do me any good just to go get me an expensive camera. Like, oh man, I'm the photographer of the year. I'm ready to go. It don't work like that.
Not at all.
Man, you teach. Your teaching has spanned across the globe. You're teaching people in other countries and other parts of the world, 65 plus countries, reaching over 2,000 photographers and videographers. That is just absolutely amazing to me that you can get online and you're teaching people all across this country photography. Now, how intimidating is that? I mean, is it intimidating? It comes with the territory, or you have paid the price for this gift, for this niche that you have. You paid the price and you learned and you have built upon your learning, your business, your entrepreneurship. So does it get intimidating?
It doesn't. Reason being because also I love to talk in what's crazy, a lot of people think I'm an introvert.
What?
A lot of people think I'm an introvert.
I don't see that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
I don't see that.
I have to force myself to be uncomfortable. I've been so uncomfortable since a kid. Just uncomfortable. I've been placed in so many different uncomfortable situations that I think I have proxy just by, I'm uncomfortable. I know this feeling. So you just do what I have to do. Yeah. So it also just stems from that, like I've just been, processed with that uncomfortability since I was a kid. Yeah. So when it comes to just global, it's the way information is consumed nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And how easy it is to do video portions, how easy it is to place that out. That can go out to 50, 60 people at one given time just to teach. Yeah. It's not hard to expand in the teaching field. That's why you see a lot of people getting into coaching or getting into one-on-one things or having coaching videos, because you're able to mass scale teach a lot of people at one given time as well. Yeah. So it's not as hard as it once was back in the day. And also just my process of exposure therapy to being uncomfortable. I love that. Yeah, that's helped me.
That's what I'm going to take from this interview. It's always the one thing that I'll take from the interview. And that's my one take. We need to learn to be uncomfortable. Really, because if we're not uncomfortable, we're not learning. Nope. We're not growing. Nope. Oh, come on, Reverend Smitha Lee. Man, I love that. Oh my, you talking about a aha moment. That was it right there. Where was I going to go? See, I got to get myself back on track. Smitha Lee. So now we got this entrepreneur, we got this photography business, we got this movie business. Which is your more favorite? What could you do all day long? Is it filming, doing movies, doing videos, or is it the photography aspect, or is it the teaching maybe aspect of what could you, literally just makes your heart flutter? Is it when you're behind that camera doing that wedding, or is it when you're behind that camera doing that shot for this commercial or for this movie or for this stage play or whatever, what really gets your goat?
It's really the teaching side of it.
Oh.
Like, and it could be the space that I'm in now. I don't know. I go in and out of phases. Okay. I really do.
Me too.
I really do. I go in and out of phases.
Yeah.
Right now, I would say it's definitely the teaching portion, because I just love the connection and interaction with people that genuinely just want to learn.
Yeah.
And are taking the information in, and also taking that information in, then using that information to create something from their viewpoint.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I
love that.
I've loved that portion of it.
Amazing. So you have gone from this business and you've gone to now you're doing scholarships. You are absolutely a philanthropist. You have employees, all from this brand that you have created. So how does one move from this gifting that you have into philanthropy, into really being able to pour back into not only resources, not only money, but information? How does that make you feel as an individual, as even a person, where you're actually able to make dreams come true for people through monies, through scholarships? You change the whole trajectory of people's lives because you're able to give back. What does that do for a man?
It adds to my purpose.
Adds to your purpose.
It adds to my purpose. My biggest goal is to exhaust every single portion that I have before I leave this earth. So
that's a raise the hand moment.
Just that alone, and not wasting potential, and also not moving too prematurely. Like there's still ideas and stuff that I have that are still baking. There's still philanthropy work that I want to do that are still baking. It's just not ready yet. So I start with the idea, I put the idea back, and I slowly just connect dots on the back end. But so whatever is in my hand at that given moment, even though I may be limited to what's in my hand, I utilize to the best of my ability. And from there, I scale. Get something else, use that, I scale.
Come on.
A lot of people ask me, how were you able to get to this point? I started with one then became two. Two became three.
Yeah.
It just happens over time, and I'm okay with processes of waiting and being patient. Because oftentimes, and I learned that as a kid at the church, there were times where I'm like, when Marcel, Marcus, Alpheus, all of them were up there, they're doing their thing. I'm the kid in the back, like, I want to lead. Why they gotta be up there? But it's like, it's not your time yet. You're still baking.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are so ready to be in front that they're not able to bake in the background. And I think that and here's the crazy part. It's more beneficial for you to bake in the background, because you can see, instead of having to put my hand on the stove, I can see them burn their hand.
Look at that.
And look at that, learn from that information, and then I can jump for that. Then hopefully the people that's behind me, if they're looking at it, they can see the exact same thing and learn from it and grow. So there's such a benefit to baking and being in the background that a lot of creatives, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people in general just don't take advantage of, because they want to be in the front. There have been a lot of times where I had to sit in the back.
Absolutely.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay banking. This is not my seasons. This is not where I need. And even I tell my mentees, you need to focus on yourself. You need to do this. Focus on this. Not try to do too much at the time. Focus on this. I have some that listen. I have some that have taken off. And I have some that have still been in the same place past 6 years.
Look at that. Yeah.
You gotta be okay with baking.
I wrote that down, brother, because I'm gonna preach that. We need to learn to bake in the background. We need to learn to wait. Let it simmer. God gives us mentors for a reason. Mentors say, let me take this hit. Let me show you what I do when I have to step back a moment. Let me show you this great hit that you're gonna have to take. If you watch me and you see how I can come through it,
Mm-hmm.
that'll help you so much later on down the road.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, everybody wants to take off.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to study. Nobody wants to wait. Nobody wants to process. Nobody wants to learn. We just want to give me something and then let me go. Oh man.
If I'm honest,
yeah.
From 18, I have been baking since 18 until really I was 33.
Wow.
To be honest.
Wow.
To get to where I'm at now, it's only when I turned 33 or 33, 34 where everything started to really crank up. I literally was baking for that long.
Wow.
And I still feel there's still certain stations that I'm baking in. When you told me about, you asked me about the filmmaking aspect. There was one season from 2015 to 2019. I was winning film festivals. I got Director of the Year. I was meeting people in Hollywood. I was connecting with people from Tyler Perry Studios. I was doing all these phenomenal things. I was making a lot of connections, grant money, winning stuff, all of that. Then, God was like, I need you to kind of sit back and build this business portion for a moment. So it took humility. I'm getting all these accolades, praises, and all this, and be like, then all of a sudden you stop and you allow other people to literally jump in front of you.
Wow.
And being okay with that.
Woo, man, you are.
And now full circle coming back, and now I got a call earlier this week from an individual was like, "Hey, I want you to do a short documentary. I know it's not a lot of money, but I want to pay you $55,000 to do this project."
Wow,
for $55,000 5-minute video, and I'm gonna pay travel expenses to go. So it's things like that.
My goodness. I don't even know what to say.
Right. It's things like that that people don't understand. Sometimes you have to be able to sit and bake. It's important.
Lord have mercy. Woo, that's so good. That is so good. I tell you, that is so good. Smitha Lee, how do you balance the business, the teaching, and still have time for this beautiful family that God has given you? I love seeing you guys. You're able to travel. You're able to do so much because you allowed yourself to bake. You allowed yourself to bake, and now it has really afforded you some opportunities to travel the world, to take your family to wherever you want to take them to. What does that mean to you to be able to not only give them material stuff, but just to be able to be the husband, the father to your family?
I would say there are seasons where I'm going 100% in one thing. There's seasons where I'm going 10% in other things. And I'm blessed to have a patient wife that understands that.
Yeah.
And a kids that understand that and know that for the very, very important things, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe and here's the downside. This is why entrepreneurship is not for everyone. I have some friends that are really close friends. I try to nudge them into ideas like, nah, bro, I'm good. I want to do my job. I want to go home. I want to do what I have to do. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
There are some people that are built just for that, and that's fine. This road is not for everyone because they're like my wife the other day. She was saying that, hey, man, we need some. We have to find some type of stability. But I also know that that's not going to come with what we have because she's an entrepreneur as well. She doesn't do it as heavy as I do it, but she does it in her own way and does a lot with that. It's a lot that comes to her serving aspect. And matter of fact, no, let me take that back. She does it at the same altitude that I do it, just in a different manner. Okay. Because she's servicing people a lot more than what I'm doing. Okay. I may be on client demand, but her client demand is serving the women, the moms, the kids that she serves. So it's equally the same thing.
Sure.
So it's hard to have stability in that aspect. So we have some seasons where, 3 months we may just be chilling and just, us, the kids, different things. But it may go another 3 months where we're just going. So you have your ups, your downs. So it's not balance that happens on a weekly or daily way. Yeah. It's balance that happens over time and over years. You just have to be locked in when you're locked in, and be present.
Come on now.
When you're there.
There it is.
With your kids and wife, and make sure that they understand that you're there with them.
Yeah.
That's only how you're able to do this.
So is it hard to turn it off when you're there with your girls and they're all they want is daddy's attention? That's all they want, daddy's attention. Are you able to shut the business off, shut what I need to do next week, shut who I got to photograph next week, or who I got to film? Are you able to shut it off and be present in the moment?
It just depends on the season. There's some seasons where, yes, I can. Some seasons where I have to be by a call because it's 8 o'clock here, but it's 5 o'clock in Cali and I'm waiting for a phone call.
Yeah.
And I may 11 o'clock here.
Yeah.
Different time zone, so I'm gonna end up getting a call. So it just depends on the season. And when it's not in the season, I'm letting them know, and I'm there presently with them.
What do you want to be in 10 years? 10 years. What do you want to be? And when I say you, I'm talking about the whole conglomerate of what you do. What do you want to take this vision to in 10 years? Because the Bible says without a vision, the people perish. So I know you're always planning something. I know you always got something on the back burner. Right. I know you're always thinking about the next. What do I want to accomplish next? And I love what you said, that Miles Monroe quote, when I die, I want to die empty. I don't want to take not one gift to the grave. I want to make sure I exhaust everything that God has given me. So have you thought about in 10 years, where do you want to be? Anything you want to be doing? So
in 10 years, there's 2 lanes. I want our philanthropy nonprofit to be at an entirely different level than what it's at right now. Okay. So right now we're still really strongly local. I want to at least get to a place by then where we're regionally southern. We're able to operate regionally. Okay. And maybe spin that into some type of foundation, because I think there's only out of 40,000 foundations in the United States. I think if somebody can fact check me, I think it's only 200 foundations that are Black minority owned.
Oh my goodness!
Out of 40,000. Wow! And there are 3 in the state of South Carolina.
Only 3 foundations in the state of South Carolina. Wow. We got to learn. We got to start giving back.
Yeah. But that also stems from having a healthy business. Yeah. So while that is that's a strong goal of mine, that means I have to crank up this business drastically to be able to fund.
That's right.
The foundation.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Smitha Lee, I purposely wanted to go over our time because I knew this was going to be so rich, and I had to let you talk a few more moments, and because this is such a treat and a treasure, man, to be able to sit down and talk to you and pick your mind and your expertise and your really just your greatness and what God has given you. You've been doing this for so long, and you're so young, and you have accomplished so much in your young life. You know what? You talked about how people think you're an introvert. But you know what? I think you're an old, mature soul. It's like you have such maturity in your gift, in your person. It's amazing. It's almost like a Martin Luther King life. You've done so much in such a short time in your young life. It just seems like God has just gifted you and gifted you and gifted you and gifted you. Do you feel like that? It just seems like you're an old soul, and I don't mean old. I get what you're saying. I'm talking about old maturity. I'm talking about wisdom. That's the word I'm looking for. Such wisdom that you have and that you've acquired so young in your life. That's just amazing to me. So, do you see yourself as that? Such a wise young fella?
I've been gifted the opportunity to learn from so many older gentlemen in my life. Yeah. And that's the reason, from the men that were at the church, then when I went to Faith to Faith with, Pastor Angie Cleveland. Angie and William Cleveland, One of my first two when I was at USC with Dr. Leonard Starks, with Isaac McKissick, Dr. Isaac McKissick, all these older men, Glover Smiley, to then working with Rich Andrews. He was a son of a Tuskegee Airman. So coming from that standpoint to all of these different men that have just poured in my life over time. So I haven't been around a lot of men my age. I just haven't. I've only been around older men the majority of my life. So I think that's where it stemmed from. Like, I used to sing in an all-male choir. Man. Yeah, I used to sing quartet. Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah. I used to sing quartet. Right up there. A lot of people may not know that. That's I used to sing quartet. So, being on the choir, and I'm calling them by, and I don't even know why my grandpa, and they allow me, but I'm like, Perno, Donald. I'm young, calling them by their first name, and they're accepting it.
Wow.
That's crazy. And I just started, like, I'm on a first name basis with a lot of older men, and they saw me as that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that
just hit you. You just realized.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Smitha Lee. So we started this podcast, man, March of this year. I knew God had called me into the ministry, but I thought it would be, one day I would pastor, and then that would be the rest of my life. And I'm like, oh God, I looked at God and I said, God, you got so many pastors already. You got enough churches to save the whole globe 10 times over. And I think God seen my heart in that. And God he knew me before I knew myself. He knew I loved media. Right. He knew I loved radio. I thought I'd be a radio DJ also on the side for the rest of my life. The radio thing ended. My regular 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever it was, job ended. And so God said, well, this is what I want you to do. He told me this in meditation time one day. This is what I want you to do. That's how this came about, this niche finder. People don't believe it, but it's true. And so God put me in this lane because he called me his conduit, his connector, bringing people together, bringing information together to help somebody else. So this is my medium. This is my niche. This is what God has called me to do. So I was terrified at it. Still am a little bit, but I'm doing it. Is what you said earlier about how you may be fearful, it's scary, but we need to keep moving and keep learning. So anyway, so this came about out of that. That's how this came about. And helping people find what it is they are called to do. So many people, I think, know they have it inside. They know what they're passionate about. But for whatever reason, either they run from it. They don't think they can make money from it. They don't think they can, do this thing in life and be able to live. So how is it that people really find their life's calling and their niche and what God has given them to do? How do they find it? They say, man, I don't even know. I'm so depressed. I'm so, I don't even want to get up in the morning. So how is it that they find their thing that makes them get up in the morning and makes them, want to go out and seek and have a successful life? How do they find that?
You find it by looking at the tools that are around you and utilizing those tools. And as you go, it will reveal itself.
Say that again.
So looking at the tools that are already around you, utilizing those tools, and as you use those tools to the best of your ability, as you go, more will be revealed to you.
More will be revealed to you. For the person that said, I've heard you guys talk about God a lot. And they say, well, I'm atheist, I'm agnostic, or I don't know what I believe, or I don't believe. I don't believe in a greater power. I don't believe in this God you guys are talking about. But I do believe I do have something that I possibly could do. I don't know what it is. Can you find your purpose away from the creator, the one who has created you to live and given you life? For the person that say, I don't believe that. So how do I find my purpose when I don't even believe in this God you guys are talking about?
So it stems back to what I was saying, whether you believe it or not, creator created tools. So there's tools around you.
Yeah.
So if you're utilizing those tools that are already around you, whatever that is, using those tools to serve and connect people. That's it. So if you don't believe in anything else, you should be serving and connecting people with the tools that are around you, because humanity falls when we don't connect. We have to connect.
Oh, that's a good point. Humanity falls when we don't connect. I love that.
Yeah.
Smitha Lee, from the questionnaire I sent out to you, and I'm so thank you so much for sending this back.
Yeah.
I can tell I get on people's nerves. They're like, man, what is this? Am I doing a doggone term paper or what? I appreciate that.
This is by far the best interview I've ever had. I've had a lot of interviews, and I'm not saying that just to say, I don't even think I've ever said that to anyone.
Oh my goodness.
Like, this is because you've done research. You came with amazing questions that were thought-provoking and just triggered other thoughts that, because oftentimes I get the same questions over and over again. Is why a lot of times I'm like, I gotta do an interview. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I get the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But your thought process, you really did your research and thought. So I was like, man, these are two really good questions. I haven't been asked a lot of these.
Now you're about to make me tear up. Okay, so anyway, so thank you so much for sending this back. I really appreciate it. And it just helps the interview go so much smoother. I get to know you before I sit down with you, and it just helps things to flow so much better. That's why I ask people to do this. And so I appreciate it. So I asked you, do you feel like you're fulfilling your life's calling in your vocation? And you said, yes, since the age of 16. Some people don't. I love all young people, but some people, I wasn't there at 16. I had no idea who I was, what I wanted to do at 16, but you found it at 16 years old.
Well, see, here's the thing. I still don't know 100% who I am. Okay. It's revealing itself as it went.
Gotcha.
I accepted the call to action and journey when I was 16.
Woo.
So I knew that these are the tools that I've been blessed with. This is where I'm at. I'm not going to try to make myself anything else. I'm not going to try to make myself accountant, all these. Not going to try to do it. Even though I was good at math, not going to try to do it.
Yeah.
These are the tools that I've been blessed with. These are the tools that I'm going to utilize. This is the mountain that I'm called to, and this is what I'm going to do.
Oh, my goodness.
And as I'm going, purpose is revealing itself. I don't believe that anyone, I don't care who you are. You do not know wholeheartedly what your purpose is until it is your last day. So as I'm going, it's just revealing itself, and I'm utilizing the tools that I have now to benefit that.
Wow. As you go, as we go, as we step out into faith day by day, we are learning more and more of who we are. Because as long as we're living, we're not complete yet.
Yes.
And so it's going to be something that we discover tomorrow about ourselves that we didn't know today. It's going to be something that our wives discover about themselves that they didn't know. Oh, man.
Yep.
Okay, let me just do a woosah. This has been absolutely awesome. I purposely went over time because I knew, man, like I say, I knew what this interview would be. I knew that you would bring so much to so many people. And I really just wanted to let the time run, and you just pour into people that will watch this over and over and over again. And I know it's going to spark something in them to where they can really start living. Thank you for what you've done for our community.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Thank you for what you do so much. And we're not even talking about photography. I was thinking about a picture. Let me just end with this.
Okay.
I seen a creative shot that you done just recently that just floored me. I was sitting there and I just looked at that picture and I couldn't stop looking at it, where you had the infant, the baby of this mother. There, it's like a silhouette of them. The light is behind them, and you have the mother just laid down, and the baby is just laid on her belly. That right there, see, that's what I'm talking about. That took my breath. I'm like, first of all, I couldn't tell what it was. I'm like, what is this? And it was your picture where you just did this creative shot of this baby laying on her mother, and all you could see is the silhouette of them. How did you come to that?
So I did it. I had for a minute, and I had to get the right mom to actually do it. That's the thing, and also want to pay for it. So that's why I said I can only go as far as the client. So we did the maternity portion, and this also states that you also need to do a newborn session. And she did a newborn, my wife. So it's basically a collaboration between me and my wife. My wife did a newborn portion, and we photoshopped the element of her on the maternity side, seeing. So it's like you see the reflection of her when she had the belly to not having the belly with the baby laying on top of her.
Wow.
So it's like a birthing aspect to the final ascension of this child and the connection with the mom.
That's amazing.
And it just stemmed from, conversation with the mom, an idea that I had, and budget fitting reality.
Wow. And it came together, and you just got that. It's literally $1 million shot. I've never seen anything like that before.
Thank you.
Oh man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
It's no problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I always say at the end of an interview, even as one as this one is going to break the internet. Yes, it is. That's a wrap. Thank you so much.
I found my niche.